Hey guys, it's Dr. Shelly of HETV, Health Education Television. And this playlist is Money Matters for Nurses. And you might be thinking, okay, but what does that have to do with health? Oh, it has a lot to do with health. When you don't have money, you are very stressed. When you are very stressed, you get migraine headaches. When you are very stressed, your infection prevention goes down, so you become infected and sickly. When you are stressed, there's something called catecholamines that if you took my class for 5 seconds, you know that means that they have the same amount of vasoconstriction of all of your blood vessels, including the ones in your hands, your arms, your liver, your stomach, your legs, everything. It has the same amount of vasoconstriction as smoking 1 cigarette per hour. When you are stressed, you produce something called cortisol. And if you know anything about nursing, you know that cortisol is a steroid. And steroids raise your blood pressure, blood sugar, and of course, decrease your resistance to infection. So literally not having money makes you sick. That's why we're doing all this, y'all. I'm trying to get you educated and healthy. So this is Money Matters for Nurses. Now, of course, there's other videos. There's a bunch of other videos under the Money Matters for Nurses playlist. But this video is really structured towards getting an introductory period for the new nurse who doesn't know what they're doing when it comes to getting into investing at their job. Now, let me say up front, I am not an advisor for finances or anything else. In other words, I'm not licensed as a financial advisor. So what I'm telling you right now is what I do and what I hope you can do, because as everybody knows, I give away about $200 to $300 to $400 or $500 a week in the classroom just to people who need it. And if I do that just every week in the classroom, you can imagine what my bottom line is like. So if I've made a wonderful life, then you can too. And remember, I started out with most of my wealth as an RN. Yeah, I built it along the way, don't get it twisted. But most of what I do was done as an RN, and it just built itself, and it just kept on accumulating and just kept on going crazy in the actual investment funds that I have it in. Okay, now there's 2 things I want to say, because we all know that there's lots of fun things going on with investment. In fact, if you have been asleep under a rock, you probably don't know, because everyone else does know, that some of these brokers like Robinhood have come out and made investing a lot easier for laypersons. It used to be you needed a ton of money, you paid a shitload of fees, you didn't know what you were doing anyway, and so this was like, you know, really, really crazy and something that most of us never even talked about. Specifically, I will say that the African American in this country didn't know anything about investing, and we weren't really in the mood to put our money away even at the job for investments, because we didn't trust it and we didn't understand it, because in our households this was not talked about. So while I'm teaching you, I'm praying that you're teaching your children how to get started with investing. So let me just start by sharing some terms that may make sense to you. First of all, we are not talking about single stocks. If you do Robinhood or TD Ameritrade or some of those places, you play single stocks, right? You shouldn't be doing that right now as an introductory, like a level 1 person getting to be a nurse. If you just graduated and you've only been a nurse for a little while, or if you've been a nurse for a long while, but you don't know anything about investing, that is not for you. Something that I would never do. Yeah, you heard me say the big word, never. Remember those absolutes we tell you don't choose on a test? I'm choosing it right now. Never. Something I would never do is invest in Bitcoin or gold. And before you cuss me out and tell me all about your little cousin who got rich off of that bull crap, I'm telling you what I would never do. And I am doing pretty good in life. If Warren Buffett doesn't support it, I'm not doing it. And he does it. And that works for me. Because see, I'm not talking about my broke cousin. I'm talking about Warren Buffett. And that's who I go by. I like Jim Cramer. I follow him on his CNBC show. I follow him every night. I follow anything that Warren Buffett says. I go online looking for Warren Buffett, and what is he doing? He just had a big meeting a while back, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. So I do follow gurus. There's Terry Igioma, or Igioma is her last name. She's a black woman who also teaches this at a nice basic level. But that's way over there, and the only time you should be doing that stuff over there is when you have play money. So I do have some play money, and so I play a little bit of that because it's almost like gambling, but legally it's not quite as detrimental to a family because it's just a little bit of play money, right? So that's not what I'm talking about today. You don't care about that. However, I do want to encourage you to start educating yourself about companies so that when you look at what your company that you're working for is investing in, you can make an educated contribution to whether or not that is something you agree with. Because you do want to be an active person in investments. You just don't want to right now be playing this single stock thing. So what's over here? If that's single stocks, Bitcoin, gold, and all the different individual companies. And I'll give you some examples of companies that are in the single stocks that, you know, if you had play money, you might want to play in. I like Apple. I like Progressive Insurance. I like AMD. What else do I like? I like Eli Lilly. I like, I'm just trying to think of what I've invested in. I like Generac. I like Salesforce. I like a lot of things over there. But I swear to God, it's only for play. I mean, please, throw away money, fun money. I think I lost $50 the other day. Play money. Okay, so we're doing this over here. We're doing you at the workplace. You just got this job and you heard something about a match and you don't know what that means, and you heard a 403B, but you thought it was called a 401k, and your friend over there at Metro is doing PERS, and what is that compared to yours, and how does that differ from anything else? So let's just straighten it out. These are collectively called mutual funds. That's what we're talking about when we talk about a 401k, a 403b, a blah, 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 a blue, blue, blue. In addition to that, your job might offer a Roth 403b, a Roth 401k. What you want to know when you think of Roth and the word Roth, and I got to teach it like I do NCLEX, right? When you hear the word Roth, think R for Roth, R for right away taxes come out. I personally, and I can only tell you what I do, I personally like the Roth 401k or the Roth 403b because I'm pretty wealthy right now in terms of you and me being a nurse. We're wealthy. I know you don't feel like it now if you just got a check for the first time, but in about 10 minutes, you're going to see how wealthy you are. So as nurses, we are a wealthy profession. And so we're young usually when we start this, and we need to allow those taxes to just come right out in advance. So every time you send your money to the Roth, the taxes come off of it, you're young, you don't even notice it. Why don't you notice it? Because all of this stuff is pre-taken out of your check before you get your check. And that's how I like it. I love the fact that I'm not really seeing it. It's already taken out. I don't even think about it, and I'm good. So get this done while you're young. Think about a Roth. The Roth is thebomb.com. Now, also something that I look at, why I like the Roth, and again, I'm only talking about me because I'm not a financial advisor, can't advise you what to do. One of the reasons why I like to do the Roth 403b or the Roth 401k at my job, if I have that option, some jobs don't have that option, but another reason is I think long term. As I get older, and I'm sexy at 60, I know, but I'm not going to be doing this stuff necessarily at 90. As I think long term, you don't know what the future might hold. So you don't know if you might catch something that forbids you physically to work as hard as we work now. And when you're young, you're making a lot of money real fast. I remember working 4 jobs one time. So when you're doing all that kind of work, and let that money just come right off the top. Let the cream come off the crop, baby, and put that away. And then as you get older and maybe you are slowing down and you're not doing, what did I used to do? I used to do some stupid 60 hours a week trying to buy real estate or whatever. When you're older and you can't do it like that, then you've already set your nest egg aside and you're good, okay? So just think about it. Now, some of you might be like, she keep talking about these young people. I'm old as dirt. What about me? Is it too late for me? No, fool, it ain't too late for you. Let's look at what you're doing, okay? So you started nursing school at 40-ish or 50-ish. You graduated, now you're working. Let's just say you're 60. I'm just going to show you what you need to do right away, okay? Y'all with me? Young folks, y'all stay with your girl. Here we go. If you're 60 years old and you have $9,000 in your 401k or your 403b or your PERS or whatever the hell you got going on, and you did nothing, hear me clearly, you did nothing. You didn't add to it, you didn't pump it up, you didn't do a little something, put some 5 on it or whatever. You didn't do nothing. You just left that thing right in that 401k. With an average return rate of about 10%, because the average rate of return on your income is 8 to 12%. I've averaged 10 all my life. So if we just say 10% and left it in there until your old behind became 70, and you still ain't old, you're 60 and sexy, you can be 70 and sexy. But let's just say you did that. You left this money in there and you sat it there and you never added to it, which was a problem on your end. That bad boy in 10 years would be about $300,000. I'm sorry, you are stupid if you do not get in your company's 403b or 401k. And then if you work like I do for a company that offers a match, you are in like Flynn. You are blessed. Please don't sit up here for 2 years, 3 years. Some of you, I met somebody the other day, been at the daggone job that I work at for 6 years, ain't in nobody's 401k, quoting them. I ain't really understand it. I was just like, no, I ain't give my money to nobody. I don't understand. And you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm actually okay with the fact that the reason why you didn't do it right away was you didn't understand it. But now I'm here trying to help you understand it. In their situation, they had 6 years to figure it out, because we need to study this money issue like we do what kind of purse we want to buy. You on Amazon for hours. You on Facebook for days. You on Instagram for God knows how long. And TikTok, I'm not even going there. But see, you don't put the same prioritization on your money. And that's how come you might be eating Alpo at 70 years old, trying to figure out 70 different ways to make it taste better. So get it together, would you? Listen to me now. Today, get off of YouTube, go on over there and call your job, tell them what you're interested in, and can you talk to somebody that can help you? Now, I work for a big, huge, outrageously fun, amazing health center. It's number 2 in the country. And I called them, and this was during a pandemic, because I didn't start working for them until about a year or so ago. It's going to be 2 years now. Wow, it's going to be 2 years in a few days. And so when I started working for them, I called their HR department, and this was during like pandemic and everything else. Kind of was hard for me because I'm one of them face-to-face kind of girls. I wanted to sit with your behind, let you teach me about this. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. But what did happen is they were so kind, so very patient with me. And when I called my HR department, they directed me where I needed to go, and they sent me to the person who could tell me what is this, what is that, how much is my max I can put in, blah, blah, blah. Now, my students know what I teach them. I teach them when you get in that 403b or 401k or PERS or whatever you got at your job, you need to put 15 to 25% of your income in that fund. 15% to start because you got some debt you got to pay. Once that debt is over with, bump that bad boy up to 25%. I currently put the max, so it's 25. It may even be 27% of my income in there. Plus I work part-time and ain't a whole lot going on. But I make a pretty good dollar because, again, I have a PhD. Hello. So I do make good money, but I put it all in that retirement fund. I put it all in that 403b, 401k, whatever. And I do that. I put that 15 to 25%, in my case 25, 26, 27% away because I don't see it ahead of time. I definitely don't need it. I mean, I've been running my own company for God knows how long. And I want to get a tax break. How about that? Because you get a tax break when you have a retirement fund going. And can I just tell you, I remember calling, and I guess people who call the company about their balances that they have, because you should be checking up on your balances. So at the end of last year, I had been there about a year, and I had been there a year, and I called just to see what it was. Can I just tell you, it was so outrageous. I laugh at this $9,000 and $300,000 in 10 years. I laugh at that because I was just there one and had already made $100,000 in that income. And that's just because of the stuff that I do. I do a little something different than y'all. But I'm just saying to you that I made so much money in just a year in a 401k or 403b that my mind was blown. And they were like, so, you can take half if you like, if you need it. Is that why you're calling? I'm like, no. I was not calling to take half. But it was like, well, it is your money. You could take it if you wanted to. I'm like, well, no. I'm going to leave that right there. No, I ain't doing nothing with that. But it's important for you to know, should you need to tap that fund for an emergency that your family might have, you can do that and just be fine and just pay it back over time. $200-$300 a month over time. It's really an asset in more than one way. So get your life in check and get in this 403b, 401k, PERS. Now, when I come back, I'm gonna come back because I keep coming back to y'all. When I come back, I'm going to talk about all the benefits that you have at your job, and we're going to tackle them one by one, like short-term disability, FMLA, long-term disability, blah, blah, blue, blue, blow. We got you, girl. We got you, Hank with the bank. I got you.